Some of the most unsettling and strange events that have caught the attention of the internet and media over the years have no clear explanation. From a man sobbing uncontrollably while being comforted by eerie figures, to the mysterious disappearance of a woman just before a national tragedy, here are 20 eerie videos that will make you feel weird. Number 1. Sitting and Smiling. Sitting and Smiling is an internet video series created by a man named Benjamin Bennett. Bennett has filmed himself sitting in front of a camera for 4 hours at a time while he smiles continuously. The simplicity of the concept is striking, but what makes it so unnerving is the commitment to the act and the length of the videos. He has uploaded hundreds of these videos to YouTube since he started in 2014. People have tried to understand why Bennett does this. Some believe it's a form of performance art or meditation, while others think it could be a statement on the nature of content on the internet. During one of his live streams, an unknown person entered the room and approached him, but Bennett did not react and kept smiling. This moment only added to the mystery and made people even more concerned about his well-being. To this day, Bennett has not given a clear explanation for why he makes these videos, and this silence fuels the mystery even more. The Blank Room Soup video is another mystery that has been circulating on the internet for years. Number 2. Blank Room Soup. The video shows a man sitting at a table in a blank room, as the title suggests, eating what appears to be soup. He is sobbing and seems to be in great distress. When he eats, 2 figures dressed in strange costumes appear. These costumes are similar to characters created by an artist named Raymond S. Percy, who later claimed that the video was not his work and that the costumes had been stolen from him. The figures in the video move strangely around the man, and at one point, one of them pats him on the back as if to comfort him, but the man only cries harder. The video is only about 2 minutes long, but it has left a lasting impression on viewers. The ambiguity of the situation is what makes it so disturbing. We don't know who the man is, why he is crying, or who the figures are. Number 3. Max Headroom Signal Hijacking. The Max Headroom Signal Hijacking is a different kind of mystery. It occurred on November 22, 1987 in Chicago. During the evening, 2 television stations were interrupted by a pirate signal. The signal showed a person wearing a Max Headroom mask and costume. Max Headroom was a fictional character from a British TV show who had become popular in the 1980s. The hijacker, who was never caught, managed to take over the broadcasts for a few minutes. During the hijack, the person in the mask made strange and nonsensical statements, waving a Pepsi can and even exposing his buttocks. The video ends with the person being spanked by a fly swatter by an unseen figure. The audio and video were distorted, which added to the confusion, and it made it hard to understand what was being said. Viewers at the time were shocked, and the incident made headlines. The Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, launched an investigation, but they did not track down the person responsible. To this day, the identity of the hijacker remains unknown, and so does the motive behind the hijack. Number 4. A Real Witch. The video known as Witch Found in Saudi Arabia surfaced online sometime in the early 2010s. The earliest known upload is from January 2015, under the simple title, Witch Caught on Tape. The video is about 3 minutes long and has garnered significant attention, with some versions of it reaching over 2 million views. The footage begins with a man driving through the Saudi Arabian desert in the dead of night. The darkness is thick, with only the car's headlights piercing through the pitch-black surroundings. About 20 seconds into the video, a blurry white figure with long black hair covering its face appears in the distance. The man driving moves closer to the figure, which seems to be a woman in a white dress with her face hidden by her hair. The car stops, and the woman, or supposed witch, looks directly at the camera before slowly starting to approach the vehicle. The driver, for reasons unclear, decides to drive towards her, but quickly regrets this decision and backs away. The tension builds as the witch begins to move faster, running towards the car in a disturbing, unnatural manner, twisting her head with each step. This terrifying chase continues until about 2.5 minutes into the video, when the witch suddenly walks off to the left of the screen. Another video that has intrigued and disturbed viewers is Grave Robbing for Morons. Number 5. Grave Robbing for Morons. This video was likely made in 1990 or earlier and was initially circulated on VHS tapes within certain communities before eventually making its way online. The video is about 26 minutes long and features a young man who introduces himself as Anthony. He carries a skull and talks about how to rob graves in shocking detail. Throughout the video, Anthony stutters and seems nervous, but continues to explain the process of grave robbing with a disturbing level of knowledge. He mentions other people who assist him, though their identities remain unknown, and it is unclear whether the skull he holds was stolen from a recent grave robbery. Grave Robbing for Morons has become infamous for its unsettling content and the mystery surrounding its origins. The identities of Anthony and the people he mentions in the video have never been confirmed. People believe the video is a hoax, while others think it is a genuine guide to grave robbing made by someone deeply involved in the crime. Over the years, many have speculated about the purpose of the video. Some think it was made as a sick joke, while others believe it was meant to document real criminal activities. Despite being discussed and debated for decades, no one has been able to prove whether the video is real or staged. Then we have the disturbing case connected to the murder of Lisa Holm, a young girl who went missing in Sweden in 2015. Number 6. Murder of Lisa Holm. Her body was eventually found, and a man was convicted of her murder. But what makes this case even more chilling is a YouTube channel that was created using Lisa Holm's name. This channel posted a video featuring a countdown, which many people found disturbing and insensitive given the circumstances. Some viewers have suggested that the video might have been uploaded by the person who killed Lisa as a way to taunt the public or reveal the crime, but no concrete evidence has been found to support this theory. The video itself was poorly made and seemed amateurish, but its connection to the tragic case of Lisa Holm has left many people deeply unsettled. The idea that someone could create a channel using a murdered girl's name and upload such a video is terrifying. The video of a woman acting oddly in an elevator has puzzled many since it first surfaced. Number 7. Strange Elevator. The woman, later identified as Elisa Lam, was seen pressing multiple buttons and moving her hands in a strange way as if she was talking to someone, but no one else was there. This video was taken in a hotel in Los Angeles, and it was the last time anyone saw Elisa alive. After her disappearance, the police searched for days, but it wasn't until guests complained about the water that they found her body in the hotel's water tank. The hotel's roof was supposed to be off limits to guests, and the tanks were heavy, with lids that would be hard to open alone. Yet, she was found there, and the water was already decomposing her body. Some think she was trying to hide from someone or something, but others believe there could be a more sinister reason behind her death. The video raised more questions than it answered. Her odd behavior in the elevator made people speculate about what could have happened. Some believe she was being chased, others think she was experiencing a mental health crisis, and some even suggest paranormal activity. The case remains mysterious, as no clear evidence has emerged to explain how Lisa ended up in the water tank or why she was behaving so strangely in the elevator. The mystery deepened when it was discovered that she had been taking medication for bipolar disorder, which may have played a role in her actions. But this alone does not explain how she gained access to the roof and entered the tank. Number 8. Eerie laughter on YouTube. Another unsettling video that caught people's attention was uploaded by a YouTuber known as 112 Dirtbag. The video, titled Happy Anniversary, shows a man staring into the camera and laughing in a disturbing way. The video was uploaded around the time of the anniversary of the disappearance of Maura Murray, a college student who went missing in 2004. The man's laughter and the timing of the video led people to believe that he might be involved in her disappearance. Maura's case had already been the subject of much speculation. She vanished without a trace after crashing her car on a remote road, and there were few clues as to what happened to her. The Happy Anniversary video added a new layer of mystery to the case. People speculated that the man in the video was taunting the public or the police. Some even thought that he was trying to confess to being involved in her disappearance. However, after investigating the man behind the video, the police dismissed him as a suspect. They could not find any evidence linking him to Maura's case, and the video was eventually written off as a cruel joke. Despite this, the video remains disturbing. The man's laughter and the connection to Maura's disappearance make it hard to forget. People still discuss the video online, wondering if there's more to it than meets the eye. The next video that has left people baffled is a recording of two men in Croatia. Number 9. Mysterious encounter in Croatia. In the video, they are exploring an abandoned building when they come across a slouched figure. The figure appears to be a man, but his posture is unnatural and his face is not clearly visible. The young men seem nervous, and as they approach the figure, the video cuts off suddenly. According to the story, this was the last time the two men were ever seen. The video spread quickly online, with many people debating its authenticity. Some believe it is real and the young men met a tragic fate. Others argue that the video is fake, pointing out that there is no official report of their disappearance. People who claim to be from Croatia have said that there is no record of this case, leading to speculation that the video was staged as part of a project or a prank. Despite these doubts, the video remains creepy. The slouched figure, the sudden cut-off, and the story of the men's disappearance have all contributed to the video's eerie reputation. Some viewers have tried to track down more information about the video, hoping to find out if it was real or just a hoax. But so far, nothing definitive has been uncovered. Whether real or fake, the video has left a lasting impression. It serves as a reminder of how easily people can be spooked by what they see online. The mystery surrounding the video has only added to its allure, and it continues to be discussed by those who enjoy delving into the darker side of the internet. The video is unsettling because it plays on the fear of the unknown, leaving viewers to wonder what really happened to the two young men in Croatia. Number 10. Ernie Pennhurst footage. The Pennhurst State School and Hospital in Pennsylvania was once a place for people with mental and physical disabilities. But after it closed in 1987, it became a location for ghost hunters and explorers. One of the most chilling things to come out of this abandoned place is a series of videos that people claim were found footage. These videos, which appeared on YouTube, show a group of people exploring the dark and decaying halls of Pennhurst. The footage is shaky and grainy, but it captures something that has left viewers deeply unsettled. In the videos, you can hear the explorers whispering to each other as they walk through the building. They talk about the history of the place and make nervous jokes to keep their spirits up. But as they move deeper into the hospital, the atmosphere changes. Strange noises start to echo through the halls, and the explorers begin to realize they are not alone. The camera catches glimpses of shadowy figures moving in the distance. The figures are never fully visible, but they seem to be watching the group. The most disturbing part of these videos comes when the explorers enter what appears to be a basement or lower level. The camera captures something moving in the darkness, and the explorers start to panic. They try to leave the area quickly, but the footage becomes chaotic. The camera shakes violently as they run, and you can hear their terrified breathing. The videos end abruptly, leaving everyone to wonder what happened to the people who filmed them. Now, people believe that they are real and that the explorers encountered something paranormal at Pennhurst. Others think the footage is fake, created by someone who wanted to scare people. But the fact that the videos were uploaded anonymously has added to their mystery. No one knows who filmed them or what really happened at Pennhurst that night. And with that, we are already halfway through the list. But before we continue, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Number 11. Disturbing Ricardo Lopez. Ricardo Lopez was an ordinary man on the surface, but underneath, he harbored a deep obsession with the Icelandic singer Björk. In 1996, Lopez's obsession took a dark turn when he began documenting his thoughts on video. Over the course of several months, Lopez recorded himself talking about Björk and his plans to harm her. He became more and more disturbed, his appearance and behavior deteriorating as his obsession grew. The videos Lopez made were chilling to watch. In them, he talks about his love for Björk, but also his anger towards her. He felt betrayed when he learned she was in a relationship, and this pushed him over the edge. He decided to send a letter bomb filled with sulfuric acid, hoping to disfigure her. As he talks about his plan on camera, he becomes more unhinged. His words are full of hatred, but there's also a sense of desperation in his voice. In his final video, Lopez is seen in front of a camera with a gun in his hand. He talks calmly about what he is going to do next. He plans to take his own life after sending the bomb to Björk. He believes that this is the only way to end his pain and obsession. The video ends with Lopez shooting himself in the head. The police found his body a few days later, along with the package he had prepared for Björk. Fortunately, the package was intercepted, and Björk was never harmed. Next, a Syrian activist disappears after returning to a country where he faced unimaginable horrors. Number 12. Mystery in the Paris Catacombs. The Paris Catacombs are a network of underground tunnels that stretch for miles beneath the city. They were originally used as quarries, but over time they became a place to store the bones of the dead. Today, the catacombs are a popular tourist attraction, but there are parts of the tunnels that are off-limits to the public. It is in these forbidden areas that a strange and unsettling video was supposedly found. The video, which surfaced in the early 2000s, is said to have been discovered by a group of cataphiles, people who explore the underground tunnels illegally. The footage is old and grainy, but it shows a man walking through the dark and narrow passages of the catacombs. He is alone, and his footsteps echo through the tunnels as he makes his way deeper underground. The man seems to be searching for something, but it is unclear what. As the video progresses, the man becomes increasingly agitated. He starts to walk faster and his breathing becomes heavier. It is as if he is trying to escape something, but nothing is visible on camera. The man's fear is palpable, and it grows as he continues to move through the tunnels. Eventually, he starts to run, and the camera shakes as he sprints through the darkness. The footage ends abruptly with the camera falling to the ground, and the man is never seen again. Number 13. Blue Hole. The Blue Hole is a dangerous underwater cave located in Dahab, Egypt. This cave has been the scene of many diving accidents and deaths, making it one of the most feared locations for divers worldwide. The cave has earned the nickname Divers Cemetery due to the number of people who have lost their lives attempting to dive into its depths. One of the most well-known incidents related to the Blue Hole involves the tragic death of a diver named Yuri Lipsky. He was an experienced Russian diver who drowned after diving into the Blue Hole in 2000. His death was captured on video because he was wearing a helmet camera, and the footage is haunting. In the video, Lipsky becomes disoriented and panics as he descends deeper into the cave, eventually running out of air and succumbing to the depths. The footage is now used as a cautionary tale for divers, warning them of the dangers of diving into the Blue Hole. Lipsky's death was not an isolated incident. Many divers have met similar fates while attempting to explore the cave's depths. The Blue Hole is deceptively inviting because it appears calm and serene on the surface, but it contains a labyrinth of narrow passageways and steep descents that can easily disorient even the most experienced divers. The cave's entrance begins about 6 meters below the surface, but the real danger lies in a tunnel known as the Arch. This tunnel, located at a depth of 56 meters, connects the Blue Hole to the open sea. Divers often attempt to swim through this tunnel, but the combination of depth, the tight space, and the lack of light can lead to disorientation and panic. Number 14. Mazin Al Hamada. Another tragic case is that of Mazin Al Hamada, a Syrian activist who bravely opposed the Syrian government during the civil war. Al Hamada became a vocal critic of the Assad regime, but his outspokenness led to his arrest and torture. He was imprisoned in Syria's notorious detention centers, where he endured unimaginable suffering at the hands of his captors. Despite the horrors he faced, Al Hamada managed to escape and sought refuge in the Netherlands, where he continued to speak out about the atrocities he had witnessed. In 2020, however, Al Hamada disappeared after returning to Syria under mysterious circumstances. His decision to return puzzled many, because he knew the risks involved in going back to a country where he had been so brutally tortured. Some believe he was lured back by promises of safety or reconciliation with the Syrian government, but the truth remains unclear. What is known is that after his return, he was never heard from again. Moving on to the case of a young man who entered a bar and was never seen leaving. Number 15. Brian Schaeffer. The disappearance of Brian Schaeffer is another case that has baffled investigators and the public alike. Schaeffer was a medical student in Ohio who vanished without a trace in 2006. His disappearance is particularly puzzling because he was last seen on surveillance footage entering a bar in Columbus, Ohio. But there is no footage of him leaving the bar. It is as if he simply vanished into thin air. Schaeffer's case has sparked numerous theories and speculations, but none have led to concrete answers. Some believe he may have met with foul play, while others think he may have staged his disappearance. The circumstances surrounding his disappearance are strange, because Schaeffer was a promising young man with a bright future ahead of him. He was about to go on a spring break with his girlfriend, and there were no signs that he was planning to disappear. In the years since his disappearance, there have been occasional reports of sightings and leads, but none have led to any breakthroughs in the case. Schaeffer's family has still held out hope that he is still alive, but as the years go by, that hope remains harder to sustain. His case remains open, but without new evidence or information, it seems unlikely that the mystery will be solved anytime soon. But what about the woman who vanished just before the world changed forever? This twist leaves more questions than answers. Number 16. Vanished without a trace. Rebecca Corriam was a British crew member who worked on the Disney Wonder, a cruise ship owned by Disney Cruise Line. In March 2011, where the ship was off the coast of Mexico, Rebecca disappeared without a trace. The last known footage of her shows her on the ship's security cameras, but she was never seen again. Her disappearance sparked a massive search effort, but no signs of Rebecca were ever found. CCTV pictures showing last time missing Disney cruise worker Rebecca Corriam was seen alive. Here, she appears distraught on the phone, holding her head in her hands. There have been many theories about what might have happened to her, but none have been proven. People believe she may have gone overboard by accident, while others think foul play may have been involved. The ship's operators initially suggested that she may have been swept overboard by a wave, but her family and others have raised questions about the investigation. The fact that the ship was in international waters at the time of her disappearance has complicated the case, and jurisdictional issues have made it difficult to get clear answers. The lack of evidence and the mysterious circumstances surrounding Rebecca's disappearance have left her family and friends with more questions than answers. Number 17. Costa Concordia disaster. The Costa Concordia disaster is another tragic event that has left many unanswered questions. In January 2012, the Costa Concordia, a luxury cruise ship, ran aground off the coast of Italy. The ship was carrying more than 4,000 passengers and crew members at the time, and the disaster resulted in the deaths of 32 people. The captain of the ship, Francesco Scitono, was later found guilty of multiple charges, including manslaughter and causing a shipwreck. The disaster was a result of human error because Scitono made the decision to steer the ship too close to the shore, causing it to hit a rock and capsize. Number 18. Stephen Ketcher. The disappearance of Stephen Ketcher is another unsolved mystery that has baffled investigators. Stephen was a 30-year-old man from Utah who disappeared in December 2009. He was last seen on surveillance footage in a residential neighborhood in Henderson, Nevada, but no one knows what happened to him after that. His car was found abandoned in the neighborhood, but there was no sign of Steve. The circumstances of his disappearance were strange, because he had no reason to be in that area and there was no evidence of foul play. Many people believe he may have staged his own disappearance, but others think he may have met with foul play. The investigation into Stephen's disappearance has turned up few clues, and his case remains unsolved. Number 19. Lars Maten. Lars was a German man who disappeared in July 2014 while on vacation in Bulgaria. He was last seen on surveillance footage running out of an airport in Varna, Bulgaria, but no one knows what happened to him after that. His case is particularly strange because in the days leading up to his disappearance, Lars exhibited unusual behavior. He had gotten into a fight while on vacation, which resulted in a ruptured eardrum, and he was advised not to fly until his ear healed. But Lars became paranoid and told his friends that he believed he was being followed. He refused to stay in the hotel and instead stayed in a nearby motel. On the day of his disappearance, he went to the airport to catch a flight back to Germany, but after a visit to the airport's medical office, he suddenly ran out of the airport and disappeared. Number 20. Snoha and Phillip. Snoha and Phillip's disappearance is another case that has left people searching for answers. Snoha was a doctor living in New York who disappeared on September 10, 2001, the day before the September 11th attacks. She was last seen on surveillance footage near her apartment in Lower Manhattan, but she was never seen again. Her disappearance was initially treated as a missing persons case, but after the September 11th attacks, it was speculated that she may have been a victim of the attacks. But there is no evidence to suggest that she was in the World Trade Center at the time of the attacks, and her case remains unsolved. Sneha's family believes that she may have gone to the World Trade Center to help as a doctor after the attacks, but others have suggested that she may have met with foul play before the attacks. The investigation into her disappearance was hampered by the chaos and destruction caused by the September 11th attacks, and as a result, many questions remain unanswered. So what do you think about this? Comment down below your thoughts right now, and while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content.